This story is about a girl whose boyfriend is kidnapped by the military. Now, what all troubles does she have to go through to save her boyfriend, and what all the military people are going to do to this girl? In today's video, we will see this. The movie starts in 1973 when the Civil War was going on in Chile. The American government wanted to remove Chile's president Salvador because he was a communist, but the people of Chile liked Salvador very much, so they came out on the streets to protest in his support. There was a terrible atmosphere of protest and riots in the whole of Chile. After this, we see a German air hostess named Lena, who comes out of the airport with her pilot and colleague. Then she sees her boyfriend Daniel, who was supporting President Salvador along with the people of Chile. Both of them become very happy to see each other. After this, Daniel takes Lena to his house. There were many posters of Salvador in Daniel's house. Actually, Daniel made posters of Salvador and made posters of the people of Chile. Here we come to know that both of them are Germans, but in Chile they were living their life very well. Till now everything was going well in their life, but the next morning Daniel gets a call from someone, after listening to which Daniel got very tense. Actually, on the call he was told that the military people are arresting and taking away the protesters. Scared by this, Daniel immediately leaves the house with Lena. Actually, Daniel had come here from Germany in search of a job. When both of them were going towards the airport, then their eyes fall on some military soldiers who were arresting and taking away people. Daniel was secretly clicking photos of all these things. Actually, he wanted to tell the world about the situation here. Then a soldier's eyes fall on him, and like the rest of the people, he is also arrested. After this, all the people are taken to a place and made to stand in a line where an unknown man was helping the military people to identify the protesters. Now Daniel also joins the protesters. He was the lead speaker of the protest, so the military arrests him as well. All those who protested and raised their voice against the American government are put in an ambulance and taken somewhere, and the rest are left alone. On coming out of the stadium, Lena meets many people whose relatives were captured and taken away by the military. After this, Lena goes to the other members of the protest who had gone underground to escape from the military. She requests them to save Daniel, but no one is ready to support her because Daniel was being taken to a place named Colonia, from where no one has returned till date. Now no one had the courage to protest or raise voice against the American government, so Lena herself becomes a nun and goes to a place named Colonia so that she can save her boyfriend. On reaching there, she meets a head sister named Gisela. She takes her to the leader Paul there. When Paul sees Lena, his intentions get spoiled seeing her beauty. He does not believe that being such a beautiful girl, he is still single. When he asks about this, Lena tells him that I want to live for God. I have no interest in the world's illusions, but this old man named Paul does not believe her words at all. Seeing Lena's beauty, the animal inside this old Paul had woken up. Lena was also ready to go to any extent to save her boyfriend. That is why she has to get intimate with this old Paul even though she does not want to. This old man is very happy with this thing and gets Lena admitted here. Seeing that place, Lena realizes that something is definitely wrong here. The colony was not at all like it appeared from outside. Lena starts to feel that there are definitely some deep secrets hidden inside it, but she was not interested in these things. She just wanted to save her boyfriend Daniel. On the other hand, we see Daniel who was being tortured badly by the military. Actually, they wanted to extract the names of the other members of the protest from him. Here, Daniel is tortured so badly that his brain stops working, so he was admitted to the hospital. Lena befriends a sister named Doro. Doro tells her that here men, children and women are kept separately, and when a special guest comes, everyone is gathered together and a parade is conducted. At that time, everyone can see each other but cannot meet. Lena asks her when this mixed parade is going to happen now. Then Doro says that I don't know, but the last parade was held 3 years ago in which I met a man named Dieter. She was married to a boy and now they are going to get married soon. Then in the next scene, we see Lena working as a laborer in the field with the rest of the sisters where head sister Gisela was keeping an eye on everyone. Due to working hard in the sun for a long time, Lena gets dizzy and falls on the ground, but instead of water, she gets beaten by Gisela. On the other hand, Daniel was discharged from the hospital and he is again taken to the colony for work. Due to his mental condition not being good, he is given very light work to do. He tells his name to everyone present in the colony as Hans. Here we come to know that Daniel was deliberately pretending to be mad. He starts looking for ways and methods to get out of the colony. On the other hand, Gisela was noticing Lena and Doro's friendship. Then one day she makes Lena reveal everything about Doro and Title's relationship. Now, how big a scandal was going to happen due to this. Lena comes to know when Gisela tells him at midnight. Doro is picked up from his room while he is sleeping. Lena also follows him and reaches outside the door of a room. There were many men sitting in that room who had been brainwashed, and Daniel was also among them. Now Doro was brought and made to sit in front of all these men. Then the same old man named Paul comes there and tells all these men that a demon has taken over Doro's body. That is why she wants to get married. All the men sitting here find Paul's words absolutely correct because everyone was thinking that Paul has a direct connection with Gad. Then Paul calls Dieter to Doro. Dieter is unable to do anything because he had nothing in his hand. After this, all the men present here together start wetting Doro's pants. Lena was also watching all of this by hiding outside the room. Then a man's eyes fall on her. Scared of this, she immediately runs to her room and quietly sleeps. Then the next day Lena comes to know from a sister named Ursula that Doro was beaten so badly that now he is admitted in the hospital. Now Lena also sees only one way to meet Daniel, and that was men's gathering. Now she also had to do something similar so that she is also taken in front of those men like Doro. Now Lena also succeeds in her plan when she is caught bathing in the river without clothes. Now according to the rules, the demon is also taken out of her body. To escape, she is also taken in front of those men, but Daniel was nowhere to be seen among the men sitting there because he was busy finding a way out of the colony. Here, when the men sitting in the room were about to torture Lena, suddenly an alarm rang. Actually, Daniel had touched an electric wire while running away from the colony and he fainted there due to the shock. The military men pick him up and take him away but do nothing because in their eyes he was a mad person. Then the next day, a similar mixed parade takes place in which Lena and Daniel see each other. Lena gestures to him and asks him to meet her in the potato field where she used to peel potatoes at night. When Daniel goes there, he sees a tunnel under the potato field. When he goes inside it, he sees the same room in which he was tortured, and in this tunnel, girls were also brought and tortured, about which the outside world was completely unaware. Also, inside this tunnel, there is a tunnel. Guns and poisonous gas were also made here. Daniel clicks a lot of photographs with a digital camera. He had stolen this camera from his mechanical job set. When Daniel shows the photographs to Lena, Lena is not happy at all because it is because of clicking the photographs that both of them are stuck here today. Daniel tells Lena that we can get out only through this tunnel and we will have to run away from here tonight itself because the military is going to test the poisonous gas on me soon. Then Ursula comes here with Gisela to peel potatoes. Now Ursula had not brought a knife with her, so Gisela goes to get the knife. Here Ursula asks Lena about her boyfriend Daniel. Lena was also shocked to hear this. She could not understand how Ursula came to know about Daniel. Then Ursula tells her that she had seen the photo of herself and Daniel that you had hidden in the cross. She also tells her that Gisela is her mother. Meanwhile Gisela comes here with a knife. She asks Lena to leave from here. Then Gisela gets hold of the photo of the tunnel that Daniel had clicked. Now for this, Lena is taken to the old Paul. Before Paul could torture Lena, Daniel comes there and tells Paul that this photo is mine. When Paul asks him that from where did you get this photo, then Daniel traps his own boss by acting as a madman and says that I got this photo from my boss's file. Therefore, Lena is released. Now when Gisela was taking Lena towards her room, Lena hits her with a stick. She makes him unconscious and runs away with Daniel. Lena wanted to take Ursula with her because she was pregnant. Suddenly the alarm starts ringing and the entire military starts looking for Lena, Daniel and Ursula. The three of them reach a forest through a tunnel, but Ursula dies on the spot after hitting a weapon placed in the forest. After this, both of them move ahead escaping and soon reach the German embassy in Chile. Here they also get new passports of Germany. Here Daniel tells the officers about the legal process going on in the colony and also shows the photo which he had clicked. Now there was no empty flight to go from Chile to Germany, so Lena calls Captain Roman of her cabin crew, who was a very good friend of Lena, and he was also the captain of the next flight from Chile to Germany. He makes seats available for both of them. Now the ambassador himself goes to the airport to drop them, but instead of the main interest of the airport, they get a seat from the back interest. They are taken to the room and on asking, the ambassador tells them that all this is for their safety. Here, Lena was doubting the ambassador because she was told that the flight is still delayed, but it was already time for the flight to take off because Lena had been an attendant in this flight for a long time. Then Lena sees the ambassador meeting Paul from the window. This makes her realize that Paul is also meeting Paul. Now, before Paul catches hold of both of them and takes them with him, both of them jump from the window and run towards the flight going to Germany. Roman sees them coming. Both of them also quickly enter the plane. Now, before Paul and the ambassador enter the plane, Roman gets the door closed. Actually, Paul did not want Lena and Daniel to leave Chile because if Paul tells anyone about the illegal activities going on in the colony, then Paul and his companions will be in trouble. Now, using his power, Paul gets the flight cancelled.